Hello, it's Malcolm again. I'm here to talk to you this week about selflessness, another one of the praise values from the school. And selflessness, that means treating others better than what you treat yourselves. And the verse that I've been given is from Matthew 25 and verse 40, where the king will reply, "Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of these, the least of you brothers and sisters of mine, you did it for me." So really, it's meaning you do more for others than what you do for yourself, even, and you're doing it for the Lord. Now, I want to tell you a story from the Bible which explains this a little bit better. And that's the story of the Good Samaritan. Some of you might have heard it before. There's this man who was a Jew, had to make a journey from Jerusalem to Jericho. And as he was going along the road, these thieves came out and they beat him up. They stole stuff from him. They beat him up and left him in a really bad way. And I've got the next picture here which can show you that. They stole his clothes, they stole his money, they chased off his donkey. So he had nowhere to go. And the poor man was there, left lying on the roadside, bleeding, bruised and battered, possibly even near death. And he was thinking, what on earth is going to happen to me now? And he thought his luck was in, because along the road came a high priest, one of the leaders of the temple at that time. And the high priest, he saw him, but then crossed over to the other side of the road. And he walked past. He didn't stop. He didn't even look down at the man. And he disappeared down the road. And this poor man, this poor Jew thought, what on earth is going to happen? Even the high priest isn't stopping to help me here. And, Jesus carried on telling the story. Later on, a Levite came past, and a Levite was like a helper to the priests in the temple. And he stopped, looked at him, looked around, and then he hurried off on his way. He didn't stop either. So there was two men, fellow Jews, both people from the church, who should have stopped, should have helped him, and neither of them did, because they were thinking to themselves, they're thinking the thieves might still be around. What happens if they jump out and do the same to me? And they were worried, and they ran off and left him for dead. And they were just as bad in some ways as the thieves were, who stole from that man. But along came another man riding on a donkey, and this man was a Samaritan. Now, the Jews hated the Samaritans, and the Samaritans hated the Jews. And when this man came along, the Jew that was there, injured and hurt, thought, oh, there's nothing I can do. He's not going to stop for me. This is the worst thing that can happen. But you know what? The Samaritan did stop. He got off his donkey and he came over and he helped the man. He used oil and vinegar, which was very expensive things in those days, and he treated his wounds. And he helped the man, and he got him onto his donkey, and he took him to an inn, the nearest inn that he found. And there he got him into the inn, and he said to the innkeeper, look, here's some money. I want you to look after this man. I'm passing by this way again in a couple of months' time. If he's gone and he's well, and you need more money, keep an account and let me know what you need from me, and I will settle up. Now, this man had been asking Jesus this question and said, who is my neighbour? What should I do for my neighbour? And Jesus said to him, who was the neighbour to that man that was beaten up? It wasn't the thieves. Was it the high priest? Was it the Levite? Or was it the Samaritan man? And he said, well, actually, it was the Samaritan. He was the one who stopped and helped him. And Jesus said, yeah, that man was a good neighbour. That man, that's why he's called the Good Samaritan. Doesn't mean that all Samaritans are good, but that one was. And that man, he was good because he stopped and he helped. And that's what it means with being selfless. We have to give up something of ours. That man gave up his time. He was almost like an enemy of his country, was there injured, and he stopped to help him. And he spent money making him better. He used up some of his wine and vinegar to treat the wounds. So that's what it means. When somebody's hurt and somebody needs help, if you go and help them, you're being a good neighbour. You're being selfless, because that act that you're doing is helping somebody out when they really need help. So I hope you learn that from that word selflessness, because that's the word for this week. I trust you will enjoy that. This little story is only a short time, and bless you, and see you again soon. Take care.